Peace, 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 peace to the guys, peace to the earth. How y'all feeling? Peace, love, light, and healing. Climb on in the building. Climb on in. Blessings, y'all. Blessings, blessings. How y'all feeling? How y'all doing? Y'all climb on in. If you can hear me and if you can see me, let me know. Type in some 9s. I got my Palo Santo going, clearing the good energies. Make sure it's good vibes in the building. I got a surprise for y'all too. But y'all climb on in. I want to talk about something. I've been seeing a lot of people hitting us up talking about autoimmune disease. So I did a few lectures and a few videos on autoimmune diseases, but you know, it ain't nothing to go over them a little bit deeper than what I usually go over them. So y'all climb on in. We're going to talk about autoimmune disease. And then, of course, at the end of the video, y'all can call in on video and I can chop it up with y'all and answer whatever y'all need to talk about. So y'all climb on in. All right, I see we got 2,000 people in the building. Once a few more people get in, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna burn through it. Yes, y'all, I'm burning Palo Santo. I know my last one, you know, I be speaking fast sometimes. I said I was burning Purdy Arco. Purdy Arco is actually a herb that we use for sexually transmitted diseases. But, you know, sometimes you get to speaking fast. You get to misplacing words and putting words where they shouldn't go. And that was one of those instances. It's actually Palo Santo. Peace, peace, guys and goddesses. Peace, herbs. Blessings, blessings. Yeah, anybody need to check on their package, just hit me up in my inbox. Give me your order number. I'm pretty good with getting back to you on that. Just get you shipped right out. Or you can hit us up at orders@yahkiawaken.com. All right. All right, let's get it. Let's get it. If y'all ready, y'all go ahead and type in some 9s and we'll get it started. So we're going to talk about autoimmune disease. We'll break down the meanings, the words, what the root cause of these things is, and how to get rid of them, how to reverse it. Simply reversing the stuff is a simple key. And that's the reason why I put that up here in the title, because it's actually easy to reverse it if you understand, overstand, and understand what autoimmune diseases is. So when you look at the word autoimmune, whenever you get into, you know, holistic health, you get into the allopathic community, you just get into medicine, period. A lot of these words are backed up by Latin and Greek origin. So when you look at the word auto in Greek, it actually means self. And then when you look at the word immune in Greek, it actually means exempt. So autoimmune means self-exempt. And it's basically when the body, this is what they say it is, because if you understand my terminology and how I was taught in the way I learned and how I evolved in this healing space, I don't believe in the immune system. And I'm going to break down why I don't believe in the immune system before we start talking about these things, but I do want to break down what autoimmune is. So auto means self, just like autophagy or autophagy, it means self. You know what I'm saying? Auto means self, phagy means eating or consuming. So autophagy or autophagy means self-eating cell. Same thing when you get to autoimmune. Auto means self. Immune means exempt. That means self-exempt. That means the cells is doing something inside the body to make it exempt from any type of disease or any type of blockage of energy or flow of blood. So that's all autoimmune means. So whenever they say autoimmune, they're telling you that the immune systems or the cells that make up the immune system is attacking its own self, which we see when you study these things under a microscope, which we do all the time, and I can show y'all this stuff live. You would never ever actually see the cell attacking immune cell attacking itself. It's always attacking something else that's sitting on top of a cell. The body is very, very intelligent. The body is very, very smart, and the body wouldn't really eat itself unless it need to recycle certain tissues, break down something like. So for instance, I'm gonna give y'all an example. You have something called autophagy or autophagy, and this is when the cells will self-consume itself and go through something called lysosome, where it use a digestive enzyme to break down the cells. So for instance, say if the cells is full of protein, the enzyme called lysosome within inside the cell will break down the proteins into simple amino acids. That way these simple amino acids can be recycled and be reused to grow other cells, whether it's muscle cells, nose cells, muscle fibers, whether it's myelin sheaths that go to a nervous system. The cell will break down a cell that's not being used no more, and it'll recycle those parts and help it, and it'll go back into the bloodstream and be distributed to other different cells to help rebuild those cells. So that's autophagy, or what you'll call autophagy. You see what I'm saying? That's the only time you really see a cell eat itself or consume itself. But you would never see a cell attacking itself. And I'm going to show y'all why. Now, the reason why I don't believe in a immune system is because the more and more I get into the research, the more and more I'm into the medical field, the more and more I'm in laboratories, and the more we are studying these things under thermal microscope, under not only thermal microscopes, but electronic microscopes, not only that, but and using quartz glass, using the dark field method where you're really using a different type of light code frequency for you can really see inside these cells. You will see that there is no immune system. The things that they're calling an immune system is all these things that make up the lymphatic system. I've been saying this for the last 8 years. So for instance, they'll say that the T cells are part of the immune system. But when you look at the T cells that come from the thymus gland, this is a part of something called the lymphatic defense system. It's part of the lymphatic system. They talk about the granulocytes. These things are part of the lymphatic system. They talk about the mucosa membrane, which makes up the lymphatic system. The interstitial fluid of the body, which make up the lymphatic system. B cells, which come from the bone marrow. These are all lymphatic associated cells that creates and make up lymphatic associated tissue. So the whole point is, where did you get the word immune from? Why is these things exempt? By law, nothing is exempt if it violates the laws of nature. You can't be exempt for anything if you violate the law of nature. If you get in front of a gun, somebody pull the trigger, most likely you're going to get your head blown off. If you stand at the top of a building and you jump freely from the building, the law of nature says that you're going to hit the ground and you're going to die. If you eat acidic forming foods, by the law of nature, breaking that law, metabolic waste and metabolic acidosis will build up in the biological system and you will have a reaction to that. Your reaction will be the lymphatic system actually dispatching these so-called immune cells like the T cells, the macrophages, like the neutrophils, like the leukocytes, and all these different other cells, which are living entities, y'all. They're teaching you that these things are cells, but these things are not cells when you really study them. They have intelligence, they move, they have a predator-like ability, they know what not to kill and what to kill, they move around things, they don't bump into each other. These things are living entities that are made and recycled from within inside the cells, y'all. I mean, it's a whole new level when you really start looking at this stuff. But notice they are very, very smart, and they only are activated when they need to get rid of things that need to be disposed of, like acidic waste, byproducts, metabolic acidosis, your food that have been metabolized, unutilized minerals, unprocessed fermented sugars. That's when you see them going to work. Or if there's any foreign invaders or things that's not supposed to be in the body that's inside the body, you will see them moving around intelligently, eating these things up, breaking them down even more, getting them to the lymphatic system, taking them to lymph nodes. The lymph nodes are breaking these things down more. They're going through all these lymphatic vessels, ending up at the kidneys, going through the nephrons of the kidneys, and then you urinate these things out. These are your actual your anti-micro or micro anti-nutrients or your micro waste. Then you have these macro waste that's too big to be broken down. These things either get left inside of the tissues, or you actually defecate these things out in the toilet when you're defecating and pooping on the toilet because they too big to go through the urine. So the only time you're going to see these cells really activated if they need to break down something, recycle something, get rid of something, or flat out just kill and attack something. These are very smart cells. They will never, ever, ever attack themselves. And I'm going to show you why. So I just told you why I don't believe in an immune system, because all these different things that make up a so-called immune system actually make up the lymphatic defense system. So they're trying to keep you away from the lymphatic system, because the lymphatic system is the sewage system of the body. And if you understand that the sewage system of the body was the lymphatic system, and you come to the knowledge and you learn the knowledge about the lymphatic system, this makes you powerful, and now you know how to heal yourself, because all the trash that's been accumulating and coagulating in your body, you know now how to relieve it of the body, and this get rid of your so-called dis-ease, because you're not going to have any type of detoxification symptoms from it. It's literally that simple. So let's start off with one of these so-called immune diseases. The first one I'm going to start with is fibromyalgia. Now, when you look at fibromyalgia, let's talk about the word. This is an ancient Latin word. The word fibro means fiber tissues. This is the stringy-like tissues that help make up your muscles. All right. Now, fibro. Then you look at the word my. When you talk about the allopathic Latin community, my means muscle. So we talking about fibrous muscles tissues. Algia means pain. So fibromyalgia just means fiber muscle tissues that's in constant pain. Now you have to ask yourself, what will make a tissue respond and be in pain? The only reason why the body can even sense pain is through a sensory mechanism called what? The nervous system. So that means something is burning the nerve cells or burning the tissues, and then the nerve cells is sending signals to the brain because you have this brain and body association or connection, and it is telling you that something is going on with the tissues because they're being burnt, and it's trying to tell you to self-correct itself and do something about it. It's literally the nervous system saying, look, dude, it's acids burning the nerves and the muscle tissues. You need to change your diet. That's what the body is telling you, but you're not reading it that way because you're so full of indoctrination and you think you can go around and just break the laws of nature and think you don't have to pay the consequences from it. So what happens is once you go through this metabolic acidosis and the acids is so present in the body that it begins to burn the actual muscle cells or the fibrous muscle cells that make up the muscles, you start experiencing this pain, and then the cell starts to break down and makes up this fibrous muscle tissue. The moment you do this, you're going to activate the lymphatic defense system. Guess what's going to happen? It is something called autoreactive T cells. Remember, the T cells come from the thymus cells. These are somatic cells that come from the thymus gland. The thymus gland is a school. It's a military school that programs the actual white blood cells on how to go and have combat to protect the body. So they actually get a specific role, and their role is to learn the different ways of invaders in the body and to remember them and get better and better at fighting them when they invade the body. So if you see these acids in the body, the first thing that's going to get alerted is the lymphatic defense system. It's going to alert the thymic cells, right, or the thymus gland. T cells are going to be released from them cells, and it's going to go through the body and go to those areas and start eating the acids that's causing the damage and causing the problem. Now, the problem with this is when you start releasing all of these cells, because if you look under a microscope and you look inside of a section, they call them sections or aggregated sections under a microscope, you will have 700 red blood cells to about 20 to 70 white blood cells. So it's already not enough of them. So they're going to be in there. They're going through all these red blood cells, trying to find acids, trying to find pleomorphic bacteria, trying to find morph bacteria strands, trying to find archaea, trying to find bifidobacteria, bacteria, lactobacillus bacteria, Ascaria bacteria, different, yes, all these different things. Yes, even the micro kingdom, whether we're talking about fungus, whether we're talking about mold spores, they in the cells is to 7. Look, they're outnumbered. 700 red blood cells to 20 to 7 of them. They don't have enough time. So they going through there, and anything that look like it can be a potential danger or threat. Guess what they're going to do? They going to eat it. They are made to eat acids and to eat trash and to help break down other cells that's already being decomposed so they can hurry up and recycle themselves. So you got a body full of acidosis because you are not eating the right things, or you're in the wrong environment, or you thinking the wrong thoughts, or you're in the wrong climate, or your molecules of emotions, or what we're going to call energy in motion. Your energy is off, bringing all these stress, cortisol precursors to the body, and you becoming extremely acidic. These things go haywire. So they're in the body to eat acids, to eat these metabolic byproducts, and every now and then, guess what's going to get ate with it? Muscle fibers. Because guess where the acid is at? On the muscle fibers. So if you got these muscle fiber cells that's making up your muscles, and they're full of lactic acid, or they're full of corrosive acid, sulfuric acid, carbonic acid, any type of metabolic acid, right? They're eating these acids off the cells. Why won't you think that the actual cells won't be attacked either? They're guilty by association. That don't mean that the actual T cells, the thymic cells, are there to just attack the tissue. No, they're attacking the acids that's on the tissue. So we just blame them and call them the criminals, when we don't even know the functionality of what they're doing. But when you really look at what they're doing under these microscopes in the dark field method, they're only eating the acids. The only reason why the cells are getting eaten or the tissues are getting eaten because the acids is on the cells. And the only reason why the acids is on the cells is because you're in a actual acidic environment and you're eating metabolic waste products that's going to bring a bad byproduct to the body that can potentially change your blood pH. And if your blood pH changes, you die. So you have this so-called immunological system, or what I'm going to rightfully call the lymphatic defense system, to be there as my aunt, to be the balance and to help fight the battle, to keep your blood pH up. The whole body is there is to protect the blood. And the reason why everything in your body protect the blood, have you ever asked yourself, why is the blood the deepest part of the body? Why is it inside of the bone marrow? Then inside the bone marrow, you have the skeleton structure. Then on top of the skeleton structure, you have the actual tissues. Then on top of the tissues, you have the nervous system. Then on top of the nervous system, you have the skin. Then on top of the skin, you have all these layers of bacteria. Then on all these layers of bacteria, you have super micromolecules. And on these super micromolecules, you have electrical magnetism. Then on top of that, you have another barrier that protects you from the outside environment. Notice all these different layers are protecting the blood. Why is it protecting the blood? Because life is in the blood. Because without the blood, you get no oxygen. Without the blood, you get no macronutrients. Without the blood, you get no phytonutrients. Without the blood, you get no micronutrients. You don't get any of your antioxidants. You don't get any of your nutrients that you need, like sugars, glucose, fructose, galactose. You don't get any of your gases like oxygen for exchange for carbon dioxide to feed the cells. You don't get electrical impulses. You don't get magnetism. You don't get your what you would call simple proteins, or what we're going to call not only macrophages and your minophages, your macrophages, the things that builds up your so-called immune system. Everything that's in your blood is to feed the cells of the body. The moment that your cells become starving, they go through a process where they self-degradate. This self-degradation brings on a lot of byproducts, y'all. That's the reason why when you're fasting, you start losing weight and the body starts to heal itself, because it starts recycling all the old stuff that was dead and unutilized and you didn't want anyway, and it start using these old parts to build a new car. It's the whole point. So we blaming something and we don't even know what we blaming it for, because every time we see something doing something, we automatically call it the culprit. We automatically point it and say it's a criminal. And I use this analogy all the time. Willie D told me it was a bad analogy, but it works for me. Right now, check this out. If you see me every time a bank get robbed, most likely from your indoctrination, you're going to say Yahki is the bank robber. Even if he didn't rob the bank, he has something to do with those bank robbers. You're going to automatically call me the criminal because every time you see a bank get robbed, you see Yahki. You're going to automatically say he got something to do with it. But what happened if I was the superhero and every time a bank get robbed, I just knew where to be because I'm an intelligent being and I know a crime is about to happen. So I appear and I try to stop the bank from being robbed. Instead of you looking at it in that way due to indoctrination and you want to play the blame game all the time, you automatically going to label me a criminal and I know something about the bank robbery. I had something to do with it. We do the same exact thing when it comes to the cells and particular things that's in our body. The moment that you see a parasite, you see it eating out the cells. The parasite is eating and feasting on all the B12, all the B17. It's eating all the iron phosphate out of the cells. It's eating all the zinc and all the copper out of the cells. No, it's not. It's eating these things, but it's not meaning to. The parasite is actually trying to get to what it loves to eat, which is the fermenting sugars that's inside the cells, being corrosive, breaking down the cells, which is the acids that's inside the cells that's being corrosive and breaking down the cells, which is all these different things. That's what the parasites love. The parasites don't really like vitamin B17 and vitamin B12 and all these precious minerals. They like it after it goes through its metabolic process. Then that become food from it. So we will automatically blame the crime on the parasite when the parasite is just the effect. It's not the actually cause of these things. We are blaming on the mucus. The mucus is the effect. The mucus come in to save the day. The mucus whole point and purpose is to protect your internal organs from outside external environmental pollutants. But we named it the actual killer. Mucus is not the cause of disease. Mucus is the barrier between your body being healthy and disease. Mucus is a healing mechanism. That's why whenever you see the body trying to heal, you have a mucosa response. You just never change your diet, so the overproduction of mucus keep happening. And then the same mucus that was there to save the day starts smothering the cells and suffocating the cells, depriving the cells of oxygen. You can't get proper blood flow through the cell. Now the cells go through starvation, and then it goes through apoptosis, and it self-annihilate itself because it can no longer breathe. And before it damages other cells, it'd rather take itself out. You see that? So mucus is an effect, not the cause. A parasite is the effect. not the cause. A bacterial infection. You have 150 trillion cells in your body, family. Out of 150 trillion cells in your body, 100 trillion of them cells do not even belong to you. It belongs to the microbial kingdom or the microzoma, whatever we want to call it, or anything you want to call it. You see that? Or the microbiota. That's what it belongs to. So you have 150 trillion cells, and 100 trillion of those cells are not even human cells. They're actually prokaryotic cells and eukaryotic cells. These are bacteria that makes up the human body. You see that? So if you get acidosis somewhere, and you know that bacteria loves to eat acids, let's just say the vagina. The vagina is known to have a very, very diverse portfolio of bacteria, especially when it comes to the so-called African-American female vagina. Her portfolio, bacteria portfolio is so diverse, she can have anywhere from 7 million, from 7 million to 7 trillion different kinds of bacteria, pleomorphosizing themselves. New bacteria strands get discovered every day in a black woman's vagina. Truth be told, that's how diverse and how much of a creator goddess she is in its essence. She just pleomorphic and making new shit out of nowhere at all times. Then she get bacterial vaginosis, and the first thing we do is blame it on the bacteria. But why is the bacteria popularizing or over-culturalizing itself in that particular area? It's because her potential hydrogen is off in her vagina. She is more acidic than usual from eating the wrong foods, from drinking the wrong substances, or having sex with the wrong type of dude that already have acidic sperm and acidic medium coming from his pre-cum or coming from his ejaculation. He ejaculated her or get some pre-cum in her, it automatically throw her pH off. So what's going to happen? The acid gets presence in the body. The bacteria, since it's already a diverse portfolio of bacteria, is going to say, well, shit, our whole job is to eat acids anyway. Let me tell the homeboys to go and pleomorphosize themselves from a granulocyte. We can team up and look, literally multiply by the trillions, come to this specific area and have a acidic acid eating feast. This feast will go on since all of the presence of different types of bacteria are now multiplied in that area. You're going to have a symptomology. The symptomology is going to be a discharge. Now we're talking about dead cells at that in the endometrium lining of the cervix. Of the cervix and of the birth canal area. So it's going to have a smell that comes from it. And the color is going to change because you got dead blood cells coming out of there. You got corpus luteum coming out of there. You leaking utilized minerals out of there, so you're going to have a discolored discharge. They're going to call this an infection. But really, is it really an infection? Or do you just got overpopulated yeast from unutilized broken down sugars that's going to bring on Candida albicans because they love to break down sugars, that's going to bring on Ascaria and bifidobacteria because they love to break down other acids. So you got this big old portfolio of overgrowth of bacteria and mucus and fungus in a place because it's trying to eat and feast on acids. They say that's a bacteria infection. No, that's acidic overload in the vagina. No, that's an acidic overload in the throat. You see that? No, that's an acidic overload in the fingernails. No, that's an acidic overload in the stomach. So you will blame the bacteria, but you won't blame what caused the bacteria to go there in the first place. And that is the acids. Everything I'm talking about is acidosis. You can't say autoimmune disease without mentioning metabolic acidosis because everything we talking about here, the root cause is acidic waste. It's acidic byproducts. And I'm telling you the truth about that. So the main thing that they're going to do is all these cases, at first, they're going to give you an antibiotic. And notice that's why when you give women antibiotics, you have to give them another one and another one. And then you have to give them something else for yeast infections because you didn't kill everything but the problem. You killed all the bacteria, but you ain't got rid of the acids. Instead of just telling that woman to change her diet. Change your diet, and that will change your BV. Change your diet, and that will change your lupus. Change your diet, and that will change your multiple sclerosis. Change your diet, and that will change your fibromyalgia. Change your diet, and that will change your diabetes mellitus. Change your diet, and that will change your cancer. See that? We doing everything to get rid of what's actually helping us, and we're not going after the root cause of these so-called metabolic diseases because these are not metabolic diseases. We're talking about metabolic acidosis. So if you look at fibromyalgia, fibro means fibers, fibrous. My means muscle. Algia means pain. Muscle is in the fibers that make up your muscle tissue because acids is eating them, and bacteria is going to go to that place because one of bacteria's main purpose is to eat acids. So instead of blaming the bacteria, which came second, it came second to do its job. Its job was to be the trash can of earth to eat the acids. Let's get rid of its food source, and guess what? Them bacteria is going to pleomorphosize themselves back into the granule of themselves of the cell, and it will become a granulocyte, and it won't be this hideous parasites that's chewing on your actual cells of your body. And guess what? When that happens and the acids is removed from the muscle tissues, you will see that the actual autoreactive thymic cells, or what you will call T cells, they won't even be alerted by the thymus gland and by the nervous system to even go and start chewing on the muscle cells because they don't have anything, they don't have any acids to chew on to even chew on them mistakenly. Boom, guess what happens? Fibromyalgia just magically disappear because you change your diet. You change the acidic medium. You change the environment that you put your body in. You see what I'm saying? It's simply that easy. Next one is multiple sclerosis. When you get into multiple sclerosis, multiple means many. Sclerosis actually come from the Latin word scleros. Scleros means to harden. So multiple sclerosis mean literally the many hardening of neuron cells. That's all it means. It means the many or multiple hardening of neuron cells. Now, you have to ask yourself, what will make an actual nerve cell hard? From my studies, from being in the laboratories, from being in the clinics, from being in hospitals, from going around having thousands and thousands and thousands of actual clients, from having healing testimonies, I have never seen a cell destroy itself unless I said it go through apoptosis or autophagy, where it have to recycle itself. You see that? I have never seen a nervous system destroy itself. Matter of fact, the nervous system is so protected. It's protected by this fibrous tissues called myelin sheaths. Have any of y'all ever heard of the myelin sheaths? Huh? Have any of y'all ever heard of the myelin sheaths? The myelin sheaths is this fibrous tissue that cover up the neuron axis of the cells. And it covers up the actual nervous system. I like to call them vascular walls, because the nervous system have channels, these ion gap channels, where they can receive their messages through synapses when these axes touch each other. You see that? But they're protected by myelin sheaths. Well, when the myelin sheaths are destroyed by degraded cells and acids, when acid sits on the nervous system, it starts breaking down these myelin sheaths. So guess what's going to get activated? The bone marrow cells. Guess what's going to get activated? The thymic gland cells. That autoreactive thymic reaction that I was talking about. T cells going to come. These T cells are killer cells. They don't play no games. They going to come and they're going to be going through the blood system, looking at what's happening with the nerves. They're going to see all of these different acids because, and I want to tell y'all, refined sugars is what damage the nerves. And salt. Iodized salt. Not sea salt, not pink Himalaya salt, but iodized salt. Salt that they take and they actually iodize it themselves. That's that little salt box with that little white lady and that white umbrella. You know what I'm talking about, Nabi?
Yes, sir.
What is that called?
Morton's.
That type of, that's iodized salt. That's refined salt. Refined sugars, like refined sucrose that you find in your sugars, fructose that you get in your suckers, your candies, your gummy bears. This can't ferment. Because it's highly complex. This is what you would call a complex saccharide. A polysaccharide. We can't call it a monosaccharide because it don't have one molecule. We can't even call it a disaccharide because it don't have even two molecules. You see that? Even some of your milk is alkaline. Like, for instance, raw goat milk and raw cow's milk is actually alkaline. Would I eat it? No. That belongs to a baby calf. You know what I'm saying? The only milk that I ever want is the milk from my mother's tit when I was between the ages of 0 and 3 years old. After that, I can't even digest that milk anymore. So now I get milks from mother's tit of earth, which is the coconut. The coconut, it's shaped like a boob. And when you look at all the macromolecules and all the nutrients that make up coconut water, plus the high electrolyte content, it actually resembles the black mother's breast milk. Nothing on earth even come to the same composition of the black woman's colostrum or the black woman's breast milk, but coconut water. Outside of that, the next one is the primate kingdom. And they check the actual primate kingdom and they check the breast milk of a gorilla's. It come close to a black woman's breast milk. Them the only two things. A cow, a goat, none of these other things that we getting from milk, even though it's alkaline, if you don't cook it, it is alkaline. Can't lie about that at all. We never lie about that, but it's not made for human consumption. You see what I'm saying? So when you start looking at these things and you start looking at these acidic things that we put in our body, acid starts building up. You eating candy, you eating all these refined sugars, you going and eating all of these seed oils, these processed seed oils, canola oils. You don't know what they doing in these restaurants. They say they got all these healthy foods, but you don't know the food. You don't know what they cooking it in. So you eating these things and they start breaking down the cells. Then they end up to the nervous system. The nervous system trying to communicate and get them out, but it's getting dirty with all these acids. So the acids start to chew on the nervous system. It's going to alert the lymphatic defense system. The T cells and the B cells coming. They coming and eating all the acids on the nervous system. And guess what they eating along with it? The cells that they're connected to. So guess what the allopathic community do? They'll get their microscope. They'll go through, do they blood analysis, whether it's a live blood analysis or a dead blood analysis, whether they doing it on a stained smear slide or whether they looking at it under electronic microscope, a thermal microscope, a quartz microscope. You know, they do a lot of different things to look at these things. The first thing that they're going to see is the acids eating the actual cells in the nervous system. You know what they're going to say? Oh, this is an autoimmune disease because the T cells are eating or attacking the body's own nervous system. Guess what they never talk about, though? They never talk about the uric acid compounds or composites that they seen in the blood along the cells. They don't talk about how the lymphocytes, which is around the same side as the blood cell, is in the blood eating those too. Eating those and then nicking and getting the actual neuron cells as well. They only talk about how it's attacking the cells. Why is that? Why is that? If it wasn't acids on the cells, guess what wouldn't be eating the cells? The T cells. Because the T cells are only there to eat what? The acids. If y'all get what I'm saying so far, type in some nines. If y'all get what I'm saying so far, type in some nines. All y'all so-called healers in there, start your own page and start healing. Everybody in here trying to sell your own damn products. I ain't mentioned no herbal product yet. And y'all on here trying to sell your products in y'all weak ass CMOS. Go on y'all own pages and do that. We here to learn. We here to learn. We not here, how y'all in here teaching and half y'all in here don't even know what y'all talking about. Come on. Crazy, man. Start your own page, teach your own lessons and sell your own damn herbs. I ain't even mentioned no herbs or money yet. And y'all already on here having y'all fake educations and acting like y'all know what y'all talking about. And it's obviously y'all don't know what the hell y'all talking about. Listen and learn. Talking about y'all weak ass CMOS. Tired of y'all with that. Anyways, so I see nines coming in. All praises to that. All right, so now we talking about that. So if you get rid of the acids and you start healing the nervous system, guess what? The actual T cells will go back in their place. They'll go back roaming the cells. These lymphocytes will go back roaming the cells looking for other things to eat, y'all. Looking for other things to eat. All right, so we talked about fibromyalgia. We talked about multiple sclerosis. And you notice, you see most people with multiple sclerosis, they become wheelchair bound. That's because the nerve have become eaten up so much by these corrosive acids. Notice that. The nerves become eaten up so much by these corrosive acids, not by the T cells. T cells cannot eat nerves up to the point where it stops its synapses and it don't communicate with the body no more. See, with multiple sclerosis, it's so much acids that you can get lesions on the brain. Lesions on the brain. It causes literal craters in the brain. It look like an upside down ringworm. And then you can look, it got ridges around them. What's causing the corrosive regions of the brain like that? These big lesions in the brain. Acids. This ain't the T cells. It ain't the B cells. This is corrosive chemistry. There's only two sides of chemistry and two sides of nature. The corrosive acidic side and the alkaline base side. Them the only two sides of chemistry that you gonna have in nature. So what causes a crater to burn in your neurological cells? What causes Acids and pains inside your body. This is the acidic side of chemistry. Usually it's coming from eating acidic forming foods. And you start seeing people with multiple sclerosis wheelchair bound because their legs cannot communicate with their brain no more, because those nerves that actually communicates each other and commands and talk to each other is burnt out, and the myelin sheaths have been damaged. So now you can't convey electrical impulses anymore. It wasn't the T cells. It wasn't the B cells. It wasn't the immunological system. This is not an autoimmune disease. This is simple acidosis in a certain location and area of the body, causing the body to disconnect from the brain. And now they don't have a certain type of communication no more. But the beautiful thing about actual neurons and nerves is these cells regenerate themselves. They regenerate themselves, but it's hard for a cell to regenerate itself under acidic mediums and acidic conditions. So if you can alkalize that area, and I even hate saying the word alkalize now because there's really no such thing as that inside the actual body, because you need a balanced level of alkalinity and acids in the body. You need a balance. You will die of alkalosis and you can die of acidosis. They have to be balanced. And that's the reason why that neutral component is at a 7.0 up to 7.4. Even the highest I will go is 9.4. I wouldn't go any more alkaline than that. You start going more alkaline than that, guess what? Alkalinity burns as well. You think I'm playing? Just go get you a cup of bleach. Go drink you a cup of bleach and tell me if you live to tell about it. And if you do live to tell about it, you probably can't talk no more because it's so alkaline, it's hot. The extreme spectrums of the potential hydrogen scale burn the same on each side. Let me say that again. Burn the same on each side. A 4 on the potential hydrogen scale burns. A 1.4 burns just as well as the 4. So a 4 and a 14 feels the same on the potential hydrogen scale. Whether it's a 4 or whether you take it 14, an alkaline said a 14, it still burns. It burns. It burns, family. So the higher you go up in alkalinity or alkaloids, it burns. And the lower you go towards the hydrogen side, it burns, because it's all talking about hydrogen. Hydrogen-based burns. That's why if you look at water, water is what? Slightly acidic, because it's H2O. It's 2 hydrogens and 1 oxygen. Now, in its natural state, whether we talking about H2O or H3O2 or H3O, which is 3 liquid components that's all inside of your body. One come from a spring, one come from fruit, and one come from the actual interstitial fluid and the extracellular fluid of your body. All of these are liquid waters that's in your body. Each of these are slightly acidic. Why is it slightly acidic? Because they have more hydrogen molecules than they have oxygen molecules. Even if you throw carbon in it, it still have more hydrogen than anything else. So water is slightly acidic. Do you know what makes water alkaline? The actual minerals that's involved in it, and it changes the molecular structure of the water to make the water alkaline when the water is interacting with your body through electrons and electrolytes, period. You think I'm lying? Look this stuff up. So the body must maintain that balance of homeostasis, and it must have acids and it must have alkaline components in the body. That's the reason why your stomach naturally makes hydrochloric what? Acid. That's the reason why your DNA is comprised of what? Sugar, carbon. Sugar is nothing but carbon, which is alkaline, right? Deoxyribose nucleic and ribose phosphate backbone full of sugar. This sugar is carbon. This carbon is alkaline. But notice it's called a what? Deoxyribose nucleic acid. So even a DNA strand is metabolically put together to have a certain amount of acid components and a certain amount of alkaline components. Everything in your body is in balance, family. Everything. So you can't be an over alkaline freak. I see a lot of those these days that don't really know biochemistry or biology and science. And you can't be an over acid side protein freak, because you see both of y'all got the same problems and both of y'all end up in my clinic. Both of y'all. So y'all got to find that balance, y'all. You see what I'm saying? And I noticed that the balance is the food. You should be on a 99.9 to 100% alkaline forming diet. But notice most of these alkaline forming foods start off acidic. If you look at an apple right now that is grown by God from a tree that has seeds in it, it is at a 4.5 on a potential hydrogen scale if you test it outside the body. An apple is actually acidic in nature, but if you bite into that apple and it goes through its metabolic process in your body, it produces alkalining products, meaning it becomes alkalizing to the blood, to the nervous system, and to the cells. See that? So it starts off acidic. Let's talk about a pear. A pear is at a 3.2. Let's talk about a grape. A grape can get down to 2 on a potential hydrogen scale, especially when it's in its high nitrogen state. But when you eat that grape becomes very astringent, pull all the mucus and all the excess mucus that's been built up in the body. It pulls all the toxemia out of the body, and it becomes alkaline forming. So we talking about foods that you call alkaline foods, but you don't even know why they're called alkaline foods. Because if you test them outside of the body, they're actually acidic in nature. But when you eat them, they do something to the blood and to the chemistry of the body, and it becomes alkaline forming inside the body. And most of your foods that's actually alkaline, when you check them outside of the body, like quinoa, when you eat it, it turns acidic forming in the body. This simple biochemistry, family. That's what I'm saying. So we have to learn to quit being indoctrinated and regurgitating what everybody is telling us and start really doing these tests ourselves. Most of this stuff that we call alkaline is actually acidic until you eat it, family. Straight up. Let me see your phone real quick, Nabi. I want to prove something real quick. Watch this, y'all. Watch this. What is the pH of an apple?
Around 3.5. According to Robinette's Apple House and Winery, apples have a pH level of around 3.5 and are slightly less acidic than lemons and other citrus fruits. However, they are more acidic than bananas and grapes. So, hold on.
So, apples have a pH of potential hydrogen around 3.5. 3.5 is very, very acidic, right? So, how is an apple an alkaline food? But if we test it right now, it's at a 3.5. You can Google this. You can look this up and do your research or do the test yourself. It's acidic. It's acidic until it gets inside of your body. What about the watermelon? What about all these foods? What is the pH value of a grape?
According to Atlas Scientific, grapes that are unripe typically have a pH of 3.1. The ideal pH level for most grapes is 3.4. Grapes that are too ripe have a pH level of 3.8.
See that? So even a ripe grape that have a high amount of fructose and glucose in it get up to a 3.8. It ain't even at a 4. Grapes are very acidic. But when you eat it have an alkaline effect on the body. You see that? A banana, super acidic and starchy, but have an alkaline effect on the body. A papaya will blow your mind. Them things can get down to 1.7 pH, a papaya. One of the most healing, alkalizing foods of the body. The seeds kill parasites. It's antioxidative. It's full of all types of things. But it's acidic in nature. But then when you check a quinoa is alkaline. But when it goes in, it has an acidic blowback on the body. I'm just saying, like, this is simple chemistry, family. I'm not making none of this up. So we have to really, really learn biochemistry and quit just repeating what we hear other people say, because what other people be saying be incorrect. And these are facts. So we're not worried about its pH outside of the body. What does it make my blood do? What does it make my tissues produce? If it makes my interstitium fluid, if it makes my extracellular fluid and intracellular fluid alkaline, I don't give a damn how acidic it is while it's outside of my body. I'm worried about what it does to my fluids inside my body. If it turns my fluids alkaline and birth new species of bacteria and make me go through autophagy to create new cells and go through cell lysis to birth new other cells and the ribosomes clashes with other things, if it's doing all of that, then it is alkaline forming. If you check the minerals and it's leaving back phosphorus, if it's leaving back calcium, it's leaving back cadmium and all of that, that's acidic forming food. But if it's leaving magnesium with calcium, if it's leaving back iron phosphate, if it's leaving back more anions than cations, that's what you will call what? That's alkaline forming. You think they get what I'm saying, Abi?
Yes, sir. They got it.
I hope so. All right, so I wrote mine down. Next one, we talking about rheumatoid arthritis. This is another one of their so-called immune diseases. Now, when you look at the word or rheumatoid, it comes from rheumo. Rheumo means the flowing thereof. And when it's talking about the flowing thereof or the gushing thereof, it's talking about mucus. So rheumo or rheumatoid mean the flushing thereof. Ortho or articulate means something that spins on an axis. This is what you call a joint. So that's my elbows, my finger knuckles, that's my wrist, that's my knees, that's my ankles. This is something that's articulate. It moves and it spins on an axis. You're talking about a rheuma. Rheumo, Latin word, means to gush forth. It's talking about the gushing of mucus. Why is mucus between the joints? And then itis means inflammation. So when you look at the word rheumatoid arthritis, it literally means mucus gushing between the joints, and that is full of inflammation and pain. What causes that? Usually it's sugars, it's salts, and it's unutilized minerals. So when you're looking at rheumatoid arthritis, again, this is not no autoimmune disease. Usually it's your adrenal glands. Your adrenal glands is in control of utilization of sugars like fructose, like glucose, like galactose. It's also in control of the utilization of your minerals. Yes, like your magnesium. Yes, like your cations, like calcium. This is what actually controls that. It's also in control of your steroids. Guess what slows down inflammation? That's why the moment that you get arthritis, they give you what? Steroids. The moment that you get asthma, they give you what in your inhaler? Steroids. Because these things get rid of inflammation and it actually combats swelling. Well, your body produces natural steroids and cholesterol utilized by the adrenal glands. But if your adrenal glands down and you bring it in and you eating these minerals and you're not utilizing these minerals have to go somewhere. Too much minerals, your body won't break down. Guess what it will do? It will push it out from the extra fluid of the cells, it'll push it into the tissues. The tissues can't use it, so the tissues will push it back into the cells and then push it to the bloodstream. The bloodstream will drop it off at any crevices it can get to, which is what? The joints. So now you have actual unutilized minerals that feel like small pieces of glass between your joints. And you're getting dehydrated because these minerals have a thing with pushing or repelling water because you're dealing with positive and negative cations and anions. This make a centrifugal force inside of the joints and it pushes water out of the joints, but it keeps the glass or these what you would call elements there. So now you got joint against joint, and between these bones, you have glass called minerals. Imagine moving your bone on top of that. Isn't that painful? Mm-hmm. Isn't that painful? So guess what's happening? The body is going to initiate a lymphatic response. So mucus is going to come and get in them areas to try to flush out the actual unutilized minerals and the unutilized sugars. If it can't do that, it's going to cover them up. Now we have mucus on top of calcium. Solidification, crystallization. Now we got what? Gout. Got all these other different inflammatory diseases and crystallizations because the body was trying to heal itself. This wasn't no autoimmune attack or autoimmune response. This was you eating acidic forming foods, bringing down your adrenals, your adrenal cortex and your adrenal medulla. It's not working efficiently enough no more to utilize the minerals. So the body got to put it somewhere, and it ain't going to put it in the bloodstream. So it's going to dump it into the tissues. It's going to dump it between the joints. And now you have a whole nother problem. They call it rheumatoid arthritis. But I'm going to give you them steroids though. Because them steroids is going to take rid of that. It's going to get rid of your actual detoxification mechanism called inflammation. Inflammation is a healing mechanism. So it's going to say, we're going to calm that down. We're going to trick the nervous system and we're going to bypass the pain. And now you can go on until they got to replace your hip, until they got to replace that shoulder, until they got to replace that elbow, or until you walking on a cane when you're 45 because you didn't change your diet. Everything I'm talking about is diet induced. Breaking the natural law of nature, not eating according to your biological makeup will kill you deader than a doorknob, family. It will. And then we have people like the allopathic community that loves to point the finger at other things other than you. You are the problem because you're eating the wrong food. Your body not stupid. Yeah, it ate itself. Your body ain't dumb. It's what you eating. They want to blame everything but your mindset. They want to blame everything but your discipline. They want you to blame everything and point the finger at everybody but your own self. You need to be looking in the mirror. It's you. You are the reason you're dying, family. And you can control this. You just have to love yourself enough to install discipline for you can stop eating the wrong things. And for those that say, well, even if I eat good, it's environmental pollutants. Go out with a try. Why just lay down and die like a maid? I want to cuss. Huh? Why you want to be a BAN? Y'all know what that stands for. You just want to lay down like a punk and die. How about you fight for something? Huh? You fight for everything else? You fight for all the wrongdoings you're doing in your life. You fight for your ego. You fight for that personality that you got. You fight to do everything wrong, but you don't want to fight to do something good. So I'm not trying to hear, well, we got to die anyway. That's weak mindset. I don't want to hear that. Get off my channel with that. I don't want to hear where they killing us through everything. So fight. Fight. Family, on some real, you were the problem. I was the problem. I was feeding myself them things. I jacked up my thyroid. I gave myself a heart attack. I attacked my heart. I did not have a heart attack. I attacked my heart at 21. I ate those acidic forming foods. I snorted that acidic forming cocaine. I smoked those acidic forming cigarettes. Packs of them. I drank that acidic forming liquors by the fifths. By the fifths. I lived that acidic lifestyle. Dangerous thoughts. Thinking about having harmful will intent against my brothers. Thinking about degrading black women. That was I had that acidic environment. I chose those thoughts. I had a choice to do positive and I did wrong. I did. I can't blame that on nobody else. Yes, I can say that the white man created the environment. And so what? And so what? We are one of the most magnificent. Look, we are the specimens of all specimens. We can change our environment if we change our mind. We are the problem, family. We have to go after our discipline. We have to go after our mindset. We have to go after our values, what love is, what hate is. Do you really want to live? Do you got children and really love your children? Do you want to set up something for them so they can have generational wealth? Or are you willing to stay here long enough to get things right? It's us. We always want to blame the white man, the purple man, the yellow man, everybody else but ourselves. Your problem is your discipline and your lack of education on what food is. That's your issue. And I'm here trying to give you the game and give you this knowledge for free. Notice I haven't mentioned the herb yet. I haven't mentioned my website yet. I haven't mentioned no price on nothing yet. This is all free knowledge. And all you got to do is listen to what I'm saying and you will see that these things work. Stop eating the acidic forming foods and all these so-called autoimmune diseases will go away naturally. It will. Truth be told. Last one we talking about lupus. Hey, when you look up the root word to lupus, right? Did you know lupus? I'll give y'all my top 5 fruits. So my top fruits off back I'm gonna give y'all my digestive fruits, right? My number one digestive fruit, y'all, and I'm not bullshitting y'all, is the yellow dragon fruit. Hey man, the yellow dragon fruit. Yellow dragon fruit. You want to drop weight fast? You want to defecate real quick? Do a 3-day, for real, do a 3-day yellow dragon fruit diet. You'll spend probably $120 on all dragon fruits. You can actually get them from Whole Foods. Make sure you get them in a ripe state where you damn near compress your finger into them and they break open. They real sweet at that stage. You are going to poop so much it will blow your mind. It will blow your mind. Now, them seeds ain't breaking down, though. Them seeds coming out the same way they went in. So you're going to have a toilet full of water, mucus, defecation, and seeds. But, man, it will move that GI tract like no other fruit on earth. I don't know no other fruit that moves your digestive system like, how many of them we be eating, Nabi?
Oh, God.
Man, we be tearing them dragon fruits up.
All the time.
Man, a couple of them, man, have you moving. It's something wrong with them things, man. That is a GI mover, boy. I'm telling you. So that is a good one. My other digestive fruit would be apples, especially apples in a very ripe state. Apples in very ripe state have something called malactic acid. This malactic, and I think I'm saying it right, this malactic acid does something where it releases bile from the liver, yo. Man, you pushing poop out all day, every day. So my first one will be the yellow dragon fruit. My second one would most definitely be apples, red apples. My third one will be green apples. And the reason why I love green apples is because not only will it make you poop, it's full of fiber. It will harden up your poop, but it's astringent as hell. It is going to tug and it's going to pull on any type of acids in the tissues on its way out. I'm telling you. So green apples will be my third. My fourth one automatically is grapes. Grapes, grapes, grapes. I talk about grapes all the time. I shared the Grape Cure book to y'all. I told y'all about my 2-month and my 30-day cancer healing testimonies that I had off the grape diet. Grapes, grapes, grapes. Grapes are astringent. The actual seeds of grapes are full of natural melatonin. It helps serotonin production in the body. It helps tone and strengthen and detoxify the cells. The skin of the grapes is high in tannins, meaning it's a anticoagulant, meaning it literally stops the blood from clotting inside of the system. It actually good for libido. It get your penis hard as a rock. I mean, when you look at the grape kingdom, and it's full of anthocyanins, that's that beautiful melatonin purple color that it has to it. So, you know, my fourth one would have to be the grapes. And then my last fifth one towards the digestive system, my fifth one, that's a hard one. We talked about the dragon fruit. We talked about the apples, the red and green apples. Fourth one, grapes. Hey, fifth one, all day, watermelon. Watermelon. Watermelon, watermelon. You know what I'm saying? And I love my sugar babies. I love my sugar baby watermelon. I'm actually growing some this year. I'm going to show y'all on the farm. So they're my five for digestive. Now, if we're talking about all around fruits, like the best fruits in the world that help you with everything, first one off back is apples. And the reason why, apples damn near have every mineral you need. Apples damn near have every amino acid you need. I said damn near. I'm not saying academically. I'm saying they do have a lot. It's a book that I got to find the name of it. I think it's called The Purpose of Man. Or something like that. I got it at the house. I'm going to find it. And when I go live again, I'm going to show it to y'all. But it shows how a man, he survived off apples for like 10 years, just off nothing but apples. He lived on an apple orchard, and that's all he ate was apples. And when they checked him, he wasn't dehydrated. He had all of his nutrients. His bones are strong, and he did nothing but calisthenics. And he was one of the most muscular men in Japan. And all he ate was Japanese apples. And he loved Japanese black apples, but all he ate was apples. Just showing you that an apple a day will literally keep the doctor away, y'all. Apples are amazing because they got everything they need in them. Apples is what you would call a whole food. It's a whole food. So apples is amazing. That'd be my first one. My second one, if we talking about just all around food, the acai berry. Acai berry from the rainforest. The acai berry is amazing. It's a superfood. It's full of nutrients. Man, I mean, the acai berry is amazing. That's dark pigmentation. They got the anthocyanins in it. So the acai berry. So the first one is the apple. The second one is the acai berry. My third one, I'll give y'all three. My third fruit, which is what they call a drupe, would be the coconut. The coconut. And the reason why is because you get water from there. That's amazing. You get high electrolytes from it. Very alkalines in water. And then the flesh of the coconut is full of arginine and L-lysine, which is some essential amino acids that you need for nerve functioning. So coconut water and coconut flesh is very essential. So like if you were stranded on an island somewhere, you can literally survive just off coconuts, eating the flesh and drinking the water. So them would be my three top ones, y'all. Them my three top ones. Yes, and I love me a good acai bowl. But make sure if y'all get them grains are gluten-free and they're organic. All right, now, lupus. I was talking about lupus. My last one was lupus. If you look at the word lupus, this actually comes from the word, a Latin word, which means wolf. And the reason why they say wolf is because usually people with lupus get those little rashes on their face that actually look like a wolf bite mark. And those rashes is the acidic waste eating the actual tissues of the body. So they will say lupus is the immune system attacking the tissues of the body, or it's the immune system attacking the internal tissues of the organs. But if you look at lupus is it's not an autoimmune disease. It's what you would call a metabolic acidosis disease. I hate the word disease too. I'm just going to call it metabolic acidosis. And usually these things are coming from what you are eating or your external environment. What I am saying, family, the simple key to reversing autoimmune disease is quit eating acidic forming foods, quit drinking acidic contaminated water, quit having acidic contaminated sex, and quit entertaining acidic contaminated conversations, and your autoimmune disease will reverse itself. That's what I'm saying. If you think I'm lying, prove me wrong. Have the discipline, have the love for self enough to call me on my bluff and just try it. Just try it. Just try it. Yes, I'm boking. Somebody just said bulking. Man, I've been bulking for a minute. We need to get off of it. My body looking good, though. Chest done expanded, shoulders expanded, everything. So, yeah, we in our bulking phase. I actually ain't worked out in about 5 days. It's been about, what, 5-6 days?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we've been fasting like a mug, though. I ain't gonna lie. See, I'm drinking water. I just got done drinking my coconut juice. I had a big thing of coconut juice. But I'm gonna show you. You think I should show them? Let me show y'all what I've been working on. Let me show y'all what I've been working on, family. Check me out. Let me show y'all. Y'all see this one? The exam room 1. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. So this exam room 1. We trying to have this open by the 15th, y'all. I said trying. We almost done getting everything. We getting all the paperwork ready. You know what I'm saying? Of course, we're going to have IV therapy here, drawing blood, everything. Everything you need. Then we got an iridology room. We got a laboratory room. We doing live blood analysis, dead blood analysis. This is going to be our iridology room. We fixing this wall right here. This will be done soon. There go the iridology camera. It's going to be a real big picture on this wall if we paint it and patch it up. This one of the microscopes. One of the amazing microscopes. I love this one. This mug is a beast. But yeah. So look, we working. We working, family. We working. We got the scale. I mean, everything is here. So we trying to open the clinic up on the 15th. We've been working hard to get this stuff together, y'all. We really have.
That's right.
So it's coming. We trying to have this thing open by the 15th of this month. So yep, you'll be able to come here and get a whole entire spectrum done. You know what I'm saying? Testing, IV therapy, whatever you need, minerals, iridology, live blood analysis, STD screening. I mean, anything. You know what I'm saying? This is a real clinic. We're really doing our thing. Shouts out to Camilla. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to her. Nurse practitioner. Shouts out to me. Dr. Yahki. We working with a lot of people. We collaborating with a bunch of doctors. Like we really doing our thing, y'all. We ain't out here playing. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people be playing, but we really building some great things out here. You know what I'm saying? We're going to spend our time focus on the actual clinic here, and then we're going to focus on the clinic in Houston. You know, I've been noticing that I've been putting my energy into a lot of things, and when I do things like that, I really don't get things done. And I got a thing, too. I was telling Nabi that I wanted to apologize to y'all. You know, I've been getting real famous lately. We've been doing all these different podcasts, traveling the world, and spending all this time on celebrities. And I noticed when I've been getting into this type of state, I'm not saying I forgot about y'all, the people who helped build me and basically form who I am. Not saying y'all made me, the creator made me, but y'all helped form who I am. You know, I felt like I forgot about y'all a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying I got on a high horse or nothing, but I wanted to apologize to my people, because what built me, what built my legacy, what built my followers is me paying attention to y'all and me hearing y'all out and me having those one-on-ones and, you know, talking to y'all and really staying with y'all through y'all whole entire healing journey. And then, you know, I started getting deep into knowledge and having these intellectual battles and, you know, just trying to be the smartest and talk the best. And that ain't what this about. You know, when you are doing what I'm doing and you call yourself a healer, it's about the care of the client. It's about the care of the patient. It's about the care for y'all and making sure that y'all are really getting everything that y'all need to be whole again. And, you know, I'm not going to lie, me growing fast and making all the millions and, you know, getting noticed by all these so-called people that's still regular people, you tend to lose track of foundation and those who really, really put you where you are. These celebrities ain't put me where I'm at. These celebrities ain't got me my millions of followers. These celebrities ain't, you know, they haven't. It was y'all. And I felt like within my heart that I forgot about y'all, or not that I forgot about y'all, but I was moving too fast and I wasn't paying enough attention to y'all. And me as a man and just as a healer, that owe y'all my service. I sincerely, y'all, I apologize for y'all for that. So what I've been doing is we just took off and I'm getting my farm together for y'all. We rebuilding a healing home for y'all at the farm. It's an actual healing home. That'll be done in what, 3-4 months?
Yeah,
I mean, we getting extra rooms added to it. We rebuild the clinic for y'all. We opening up back up the clinic. I'm opening back up the consultation lines. I got 15 consultations tomorrow. It's just time for me to regroup and get back with my people. You know, you tend to get lost in the light. And that's, I really get the definition of being lost in the sauce. You know, you traveling and you doing all these podcasts and everybody recognizing you for the knowledge. But now you on a knowledge trip so much, you getting the fundamental principle of healing, which is love. You know, you spitting all this knowledge, you sounding good as hell. Everything you saying is the truth and it work, but you forget the fundamental things that make you who you are, that made the people love you in the first place, which was the love, the strength of doing this right here, being humble enough to even apologize, to say, hey, I was wrong. I had the big head, you know. So I'm not with that no more, man. I'm not trying to debate with nobody. I'm not out here trying to sound smarter than nobody. I know my experiences. I know my healing testimonies, who I healed. I ain't got beef with nobody. I'm here for my people, man. And that's what it is. And sometimes people get lost while they on their journey. And I can admit, I ain't get lost because I'm back here now, but I did straggle off a little bit, you know, and I wouldn't say I was puffed up or moving in pride, but us as people, we tend to get lost when you getting the type of attention that I get all the time. So again, I apologize. It will not happen again. Y'all are my main priority outside of my children and my family. And y'all give me, y'all like source. Y'all feed me energy. Y'all feed me love. And y'all the reason why I'm keeping this going. So, hey, forgive me, family, straight up. And that's from my heart, seriously. So we talked about that. Now I'm going to open up the phone lines. So look, change your diet. I didn't get on here to talk about herbs and stuff today. I didn't want to mention that today. Y'all know the website. Y'all know where to go. I really just wanted to get on here and speak to y'all freely. You know what I'm saying? And without mentioning nothing. And just saying, look, I'm back and I'm here. I love y'all. So if y'all got any questions, y'all can call in. I'll start answering the phone line. So we will be talking about herbs for people that call in, because I'm pretty sure they're going to talk about what they need to do to get their body back right. So I will be mentioning the website and herbs. Before that whole first part with the autoimmune disease, look, that was herb free. I'm talking about a simple diet change. Now, of course, there are going to be certain types of conditions that you in where you're in a chronic stage, you out of the subacute stage and acute stage, where you more into a degenerative stage, and you is going to need the actual plant kingdom to help you, you know, get back, stimulate some of them cells and to really detoxify yourself to get you back in the balance of homeostasis. But other than that, y'all, you know, I really want to just do this for y'all. So y'all gonna call on in what y'all got. What about comfrey plant? I love comfrey. Comfrey is an amazing plant. Comfrey that's what I rebuilt my mouth with comfrey, y'all. I really did. I rebuilt my mouth with comfrey. The only reason why I did not put comfrey powder in my toothpaste is because when I was first starting out, I was very, very deep into the Dr. Sebi movement. And I was, I wouldn't say afraid of how the community is going to react, but a lot of my followers was Dr. Sebi followers. And he spoke ill of comfrey, not knocking him. Moment of silence to the late great master teacher. But I was such a follower back then. I was so hungry and thirsty for knowledge. I really wasn't involved and mature in my own knowledge and in my own clinical trials yet, that I just kept it out of my toothpaste. But I'm really thinking about bringing out a part 2 of my toothpaste, my tooth powder, and adding comfrey, and then just having one without comfrey for the Sabian followers and having one with comfrey for the people that, you know, that expanded the knowledge and really know how good comfrey is for the body. Comfrey is amazing. It's good for bones. It got calcium triphosphate in it. I mean, comfrey is good for the wounds. I mean, comfrey is actually a good herb, y'all, all around good herb that is actually alkaline forming. And these are facts, y'all. These are just facts and clinical trials and testing these things out ourselves. So I was talking to my mama and talking to my big sister, because she's the head herbalist here at the clinic and at the warehouse. And we was thinking about coming out with a second version of Yahki Awaken. Matter of fact, hand me the new product. Y'all got to see the new product. About the Dr. Yahki Awaken tooth and gum restoration. We're going to have 2 versions, one with comfrey and one without comfrey, because the comfrey is amazing. That's how I heal my mouth. So these are the new products, y'all. Check it out. Check out the new products. These are our teas now. You see my face on them. I got another person out here pretending to be, I guess he want to be me so bad. You know, every video he make is about me now, and his product looked just like my old product. So we went out and spent $100,000 on a whole new product line that is going to be coming out very soon. It says Dr. Yahki. You know, I'm a doctor now, so I put doctor on everything. Dr. Yahki's Rapha Elohim Circulatory High Tea. It looks like this. Got my face on it. Certified organic by Yahki. Of course, I got my face on my own product now. And the clinic number is on the products. The clinic number is on all the product now, y'all. Clinic number is on all the products. And for the instructions, all you have to do is just scan the barcode and it'll take you right to the instructions now. I mean, we really been doing a lot of stuff, y'all. These are some of the tinctures. Notice Dr. Yahki Rapha Elohim's tinctures. And everything is on here. You scan it now and it makes sense. Everything works with each other. If y'all look at the website is slowly being updated. So, you know, we just getting ready for the people again, man. We getting ready for the people again. You see that? I just ordered my tooth and gum restoration. I would like to add it to it. I'm telling y'all. Yeah, that comfrey take it to a whole nother level. You know, I was living such a bad lifestyle, smoking so many cigarettes, eating so many bad foods. And then y'all know my past life and what I used to do. So my teeth was very, very bad. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't go to the dentist. I did have to have a couple of them pulled. But for the remainder of my teeth, I literally healed my teeth, y'all. I healed my teeth. And comfrey was one of the herbs that I used to heal my mouth, y'all. Like I healed all of my cavities. I literally brushed my cavities out. And on the inside of my tooth where I had root canals, the actual amygdala fell out and the actual enamel grew back, y'all. I don't even have those holes in my teeth no more. All because of that tooth and gum restoration powder. You know, it's just that you get so indoctrinated sometimes that you are slow to say certain things. But now I'm just so comfortable in my energy. It is what it is. I can speak my truth and speak my mind without, you know, without intentionally trying to offend others. And that's all it is, just coming from a place of pure intentions. What a lot of people told me, it was wrong from my clinicals and from when I experimented and studied on it. And that's all. Not saying nobody else is wrong. I just got different results. So from the results that I got, I'm going to teach those results. I'm not teaching nobody else results no more. I'd rather just teach my own experience. And I suggest y'all do the same. You know, everything I say, try it, teach it and test it out. And if it's wrong, hit me up. Hey, Yahki, I think we need to relook at this thing. I don't mind apologizing for being wrong. But, you know, I mean, it's very rare that I am wrong. But if I am, y'all know, I will apologize before the world. Hey, I'm off. That was wrong. It's time to go deeper in studies. That's what this is about. This is a healing journey, and I will never know it all. That's the whole purpose of living. To live is to collect information and to perfect the information for you can give it back to the genealogies that come behind you. And then they get that same information, they critique it, and they perfect it, then they give it to their children's children. That's the whole point of you being a living organism, is to collect data, perfect the data, and give it to those who come behind you. That's what it is. All right, let me answer some of these calls real quick. Who we got? Yeah, these teas gonna be powerful. Let me see them again, IB. I'm trying to pull somebody up and ain't pulled up yet. I'm gonna have to go to somebody. There they go. Peace, peace.
I
Blessings to
did
you,
not
got it.
think I was going to get in here.
Peace, got it. Hey, you like my teas?
I do. I actually just made an order. I've been trying to get a level 3 packet,
Uh-huh.
but money funny. So I just bought some
Hey, we're gonna have
bitter
in
tincture.
4 months, we're gonna have insurance too. So
Okay.
so you'll be able to come, and if you got insurance, you ain't even gotta pay for the full package. You'll be able to use your insurance to get a lot of our stuff. So
Oh, wow. I
we
seen a
working, yeah.
couple people asking if you were going to start accepting insurance,
Yes, we
but
will be.
congratulations.
The first ones we'll be doing is Medicare and what?
Medicare, Medicaid.
Medicare and Medicaid is the first ones, and then we're gonna be doing the other stuff. So, like, this is a real clinic. This is a real practitioner's office where you can come in and, you know what I'm saying, book a consultation with us and come to us and see us and get your herbs while you here. You ain't even gotta wait on them no more. You come here and pick them up.
Okay. Well, congratulations
Mhm.
on becoming a doctor. Um, I have a couple questions. I watched almost every single video I could find about you. I don't know what brought me to
Mhm.
you.